My latest local history piece, which you can find on page 18. The piece is called Incubator of Champions. As we note, the 90th anniversary of Berston Field House. There are two photos on here, which I'll supply this to Jenny. One photo is of the Michigan Historical Marker, and the other is of how Berston Field House looks from the corner of South Saginaw and Pasadena. Now here's the piece. The year is 1920. The city of Flinn was trying to deal with its explosive growth. That year, noted Cambridge, Massachusetts city planner John Nolan, born 1869, died 1937, authored a report with recommendations on improving the city. That same year, the widow and son of noted real estate developer Neil J. Berston Sr., born 1856, died 1916, donated land at the corner of North Saginaw Street and what is now Pasadena Avenue, which would be used for the construction of a field house bearing his name. It was designed by Nolan's firm, and is similar in layout to a Chicago field house at Fuller Park, still in use, which was shown in the 1920 report. Berston Field House opened its doors in 1923. It is a mixed-use two-story building with a full basement and locker rooms flanked by two basketball courts, one of which can double as an auditorium with a stage. Outside are recreational facilities, including a ball field, two basketball courts, and a tennis court. The rear of the U-shaped facility is a multi-use hard surface which can be used as a recreation court or with seats to be set up to watch a game on the ball field. When it first opened, it included an outdoor swimming pool, patio, meeting rooms, and a public library. In an era when many facilities were racially segregated, Berston became the first community center in Flint available for use by African Americans in the mid-1930s. But even then, in the era of segregation, blacks were able to use certain Berston facilities, such as the library and pool, only on certain days for practice that ended in the 1950s. Berston became a magnet for neighborhood sports and recreation. One notable athlete who made use of Berston's facilities in those years was 1940s Northern High School basketball standout Max Brandon. The former Forest Park on DuPont between Stewart and Pasadena was renamed Max Brandon Park in his honor. The basement of Berston has been known for decades for its boxing facilities used for both training and bouts. It was the training ground for Golden Gloves boxers for many years. Among the notable boxers to train at Berston were Chris Boyd and Olympic gold medalist Clarissa Shields. Even though the indoor basketball courts are not regulation size, it yielded its share of notable cagers, including Flintstones, Mateen Cleaves, Antonio Smith, Morris Peterson, and Charlie Bell, who led Michigan State's basketball team to the NCAA National Championship in 2000. Many notable athletes who made use of Berston's facilities over the years are depicted in a mural inside Berston painted by Laverne Ross and Al Foster in 2011. Among those depicted in the mural are notable football star and actor Terry Crews, Heisman Trophy winner Mark Ingram Jr. from the University of Alabama, basketball stars Glenn Rice, Terry Furlow, Morris Peterson, Justice Thigpen, and Mateen Cleaves, boxers Joe and Chris Bird, actor boxer Tony Burton, and former athlete and community activist Norm Bryant. While Berston does show its 90 years as you look around facilities, volunteers do their part in keeping Berston maintained. But budget problems in recent years limited access to Berston. In fact, Berston was closed for a time in 2002 and 2003. But volunteers keep the facility in operation, led by its volunteer director, Flint 3rd Ward City Councilman Brian Nolden. Even though the swimming pool and library are long gone, Berston hosts other activities, such as the Berston Bicycle Club, launched last year by Angela Stamps, with rides on Saturdays from June to October. Stamps acquires used bikes to teach young riders. The club offers 9-week courses for children ages 11 to 18. Students learn to properly ride the bike while touring different parts of the city. Funded by the Ruth Mount Foundation, it receives support from the Crim Fitness Foundation and Safe and Active Genesee for Everyone. Besides a regular bike tour, the club occasionally engages in other activities such as a community cleanup and visioning workshop. Berston is also home to the Creative Expressions Dance Studio, led by director Sheila Miller-Graham. Occupying Berston's second floor, it offers different types of dancing instruction, including ballet, jazz, tap, hip-hop, and tumbling in its two dance studio rooms. Tap dancer Renee Ali, trained at Berston, now works in New York City singing and dancing on the Broadway stage. The Chosen Few Arts Council, led by Omar Batson, offers a fine arts program for all ages at Berston. In celebrating Berston's 90th anniversary, it hosted an open house on Saturday, July 27th. The event also celebrated the Chosen Few Arts Council's first anniversary. Outdoors, there was a stage and seating set up for live entertainment, including a music contest. There were also refreshments, vendors, and bounce houses for the children. Indoors, the NAACP had a voter information table encouraging visitors of voting age to vote, understand the current voting laws, and register to vote if they need to. They provided pamphlets provided by the Flinn NAACP and the Michigan ACLU regarding the voting rights of Michigan residents. The Berston Bicycle Club had its regular morning bicycle tour around the neighborhood. The Chosen Few Arts Council had registration for upcoming activities such as arts and crafts, fundamentals of drawing, music 101, basic vocals, and beginning drumming. There were also artists in face painting. Art was offered for sale in one basketball court, and gymnastics were held in the other basketball court. Boxers practiced in the freshly painted boxing room, which had championship belts hanging on the ring and various displays showing the accomplishments of Clarissa Shields. The upcoming 2013-14 dance season was promoted for those interested in dance lessons, with displays of dance students performing in Berston's main lobby. The outdoor basketball courts were in full use that day, although rain in the afternoon did hamper the outdoor activities. Looking around, you can see the ghosts of the former pool on the north side of the building, with outlines of where the stairway leading from the basement locker rooms to the pool was, as well as remnants of the pool floor and retaining walls. Despite the budget problems plaguing the city, which forced Berston to operate for limited hours of volunteers, keeping the facility operational and maintained, it is still a vital anchor of the surrounding neighborhood, providing positive activities to keep Flint's youth and adults happy and healthy.
Yeah.
Now, before I leave the stage, just wanted to mention something that happened today. After more than a dozen years of use, that old computer monitor, that CRT one, well, finally gave up the ghost and it got retired by a new, more current flat panel monitor, which, by the way, when I plugged it in and turned it on, it set up itself automatically.
Yeah.
It's nice these modern computer peripherals can start themselves up.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt when you drop them on your foot either.
Oh yes, much lighter. As for the old one, it's going to go to Goodwill for proper recycling.
Yeah.
And I thank you very much.
Thank you.